Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about what the absolute bare minimum is that you can get away with on social media for a business. So if you are dreading dealing with social media or you're on overwhelm with other stuff, launching your business and trying to, get everything else going in the real world, then this video is going to give you the minimums that you need to tackle as far as social media goes. Stick with me. Okay, so I gotta tell you guys, we get clients all the time that are frustrated with social media. I was working with one today and it's just overwhelmed and they don't really want to be doing that all the time. Now, on other videos on this channel, we've given you guys some suggestions about how to save time and still get great results. So you might want to dig for those, take a look. We'll put some links down in the description for those videos. But, at the end of the day, not everybody has all the time and resources that we would like. And you might want to just know, what's the minimum that I can do, Zach? And I'm going to give it to you. So here's the deal. You've got to have your business appear that the lights are on. So that's the kind of like the starting point with this whole conversation. It can't seem like your business is like shaky and these, elements haven't been taken care of. So in the old days, this would be like getting a sign put on the building, but not turning the electricity on. It's like you got to follow through on some stuff in order to send the message that your business is open, viable, and more importantly, gonna stay there or be there, right? I mean, people don't want to do business with businesses they feel are kind of like not fully operating, because why bother? Just find somebody that is, okay? So you don't want to have things look that way. So from that as a starting point for the conversation, we need to turn the lights on minimally. And depending on the type of business that you have, kind of depends on what platforms you're going to, decide to turn accounts on for. But in general, my recommendation is you try to set up at least 2, maybe 3. So that might be LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. I think that's a safe play. If you're not putting a lot of media out, don't mess around with the YouTube channel. It's just gonna, again, be like a thing that gets set up, but nothing is there. So that's weird. So be careful with that. That's the one thing you don't want to do, is turn stuff on and then not do anything with it, because it just looks like it got neglected or that something sloppy is going on in the background. So the things that you do turn on, this is my second point, you're gonna need to, pay attention and participate a little bit on. When it comes down to what do you have to actually do, what actions you gotta take, there's a few things you need to do. Set up the account properly and professionally. So check all the setup boxes, get everything on there, your hours of operation, your business, the logo file, a header image. And like in the case of Facebook, they have that cool page header. You really need to get something there that looks great, right? And again, turn the lights on with your best foot forward. So the few that you're gonna do, 2 or 3, you're gonna set them up properly. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna do them all, and then they all look like crap. That's not helping you. Do 2 or 3, do 2, and when customers actually say, yeah, I'm on this platform and that platform, when they go there, it looks legit. Okay, fine, fair enough. Not everybody can sympathize that, not every business is every single place, all right? That's not the expectation, but the expectation is that where you are, you're actually really there. So get the lights turned on, do the setups properly, make the accounts, done well professionally, all the little details, check it all off, get it all there, and make sure that your information is consistent across each platform. You do not want to have messaging conflicts. And if you change something like your hours of operation on your Google business listing, then you better make sure that that is consistent everywhere else, like on Facebook's hours of operations and other places where they allow that. So just, put that on a list. When one gets updated, the others get updated. And it just has to be that way. You can't escape that, because you just can't have that out in the market. It gets very upsetting for customers to see the wrong business hours they drive, and then your closer say, oh, I updated it, but not everywhere, right? It's just not cool. So you got to take care of that stuff. And then let's get on to like the posting thing. Like, how much activity do you need to supply? I honestly think many businesses that want to be at the minimums can get away with, 2 posts a week, which is just not that big of a deal. It doesn't need to be at high velocity. 2 posts a week shows the lights are on. You've got something that shows every week you're doing something. I think that's, where I would set the minimums for these days. But again, we're only saying do it on 2 platforms. So it's really not that much work. You're saying 2 posts, 2 platforms. They don't need to be unique on each one. They can just, you can duplicate them over. And again, if you're looking to save time and not have to log in and manage a bunch of stuff, get a little scheduling system, software set up, and there's plenty of those online. I don't need to promote one here on this video, but get a scheduler that lets you just upload everything, do it for 5 minutes and walk away for the week. So this whole task that we're talking about keeping this situation looking lively is maybe a 10-minute per week task. If you can just, get your head around it. It does not need to be overwhelming and complicated. Now, if you start getting engagement and followers and things, then yeah, you're going to want to do a little interaction with that, but you can do that on the fly like you do that with anybody. So it's, again, not a huge time suck. So those are the minimums that I suggest. If you're stretched and you're out of bandwidth, follow what I said, and then when life changes, circle back and you can do more, or you can add in some professional campaigning to those social media accounts, or hire somebody like us to help you, get some real campaigns going on those channels. But do yourself a favor, get the lights turned on, and like this video, because hopefully I just lowered your stress level. And go ahead and subscribe so we see you on the next one.